Unfortunately, there was a little technical problem with the recording of the last session, so rather than leave nothing, I'm just going to do a brief summary of the points that I was working on, which was the mouth primarily, and also the hand. So I'll reposition the camera and continue from there. So I want to look at the construction of the mouth, and especially the way in which the hand is constructed. First of all, the mouth, and you can see that there's the center line of the mouth, and then you've got top lip and then bottom lip, and you've got your bulb at the bottom of the nose here, and you want to draw a line through there because everything is centered on that nose. So you've got that curve there, which is then echoed with that curve there and that curve there. And there's a muscle here, and there's a muscle here, and there's a muscle there. So you've got these three muscles on the top lip, and then two muscles, one here and one here, on the bottom lip. So we're going to put top lip like that, which is where these two little muscles are, and then this comes sort of round like that, which makes that sort of dip here, and then you get these lines here. So there's a bit of a sort of rises up and meets the middle muscle there, and then what gives expression to the face? A smile or sadness. If it's sadness, then there's a sort of shadow down here, and it sort of curves down like that. You can see that makes that really quite looking quite sad. But if you want to make a slight joyfulness, which in this icon of Our Lady is quite important, it's not Our Lady of complete anguish, it's Mary who sees our salvation. She sees Christ, who is the Lamb of God, who is redeeming the world. At this very moment, paradise is being opened, and Jesus says to the guy next to him on the cross, the convicted thief, "Today you will be with me in paradise." So the repentant sinner is having the doors of heaven thrown open. The fiery angel that's guarding the entrance to paradise is put aside, and Christ, the lover of mankind, the lover of humanity, is bringing in this era of mercy and peace. And this is what is happening at the cross. So Mary, in the icon of the Passion, has to have a joyful sadness. The sadness is obviously there, and we got that with the eyebrows here, with the eyes, that sadness. But with the mouth, we want to create a slight gentleness, a slight sense of joy coming through even in the midst of this suffering. And then the bottom lip sort of is quite flat, not too sensual, and sort of tucks in like that. And then you've got the shadow between the bottom of the lip and the chin. And remember, when we were looking at the skull, that sort of chin stuck out, and so you get this quite distinctive shape in the icon, which is that shadow area underneath. So you've got these two muscles, one here, three muscles on top, giving you these distinctive shapes, and then the shadow here. And then the other thing we've got to notice is that this area here protrudes forward, so there is a sort of highlight going to come in here, and one side is bright, the other side dark, and so you have across the top here a certain light, that brings that forward, while the lips at the side on the top, the lights coming from above, cast a bit of a shadow like this, and especially in those little bits there, and as I say at the end there, so we can just put those little darker marks in there and enhance that like that. So that's how you create the mouth. Okay, you can see how that's there. This one has got this quite peculiar sort of way in which the end shadow is being done. So it's like there's a sort of curve upwards, and then there's quite a dark area like that, which gives us more of a puckered expression. But don't worry too much about that, as long as you've got that basic construction right. And because the face is turned, it's going to have less of a mouth on this side and more of a mouth on that side. For the hand, we want to have each of these fingers the same width. It's slightly bring there because it's being seen from the side, so there's a little bit more in here. But then, just like your hand is curved, you see the knuckles is on a curve, not a straight line, an even more exaggerated one on those knuckles. So what we want is to have them equally spaced apart, and then those knuckles are going to rest up against the side of the cheek. So make 4 little marks, about 3 little marks, divide them up, and then put it on a little curve, put this on a curve like that, and that on a curve there, and then that can come up to here, and then across to there. This can come up to here, and across to there. This can come up to here, and across to there. And this can come across like that. And then this bit is going round that cloth. So let's just make that. Like that. Just cloth held by the hand, and then that holds the cloth, and notice the cloth comes in like that, and as you can see here, it's almost as though the cloth itself is expressing Mary's sadness, as though she's flowing with tears. So this is sort of bursting up and bursting out, and it's held in that grip as though that's a sort of comfort in the midst of the sorrow. So while the icon doesn't sort of slap you across the face with the drama, and tries to create this tranquil space where you can pray and meet Christ now, it evokes deep emotion by using these very simple means. So that simple use of the cloth, deeply expressive, and the way in which it all comes together here on the line of the eyes emphasizes the way that this is being sort of, as it were, poured out. Mary's tears, her heart being poured out for her son. So that hand relates to this face, and there's a flow between there, and then the garment, this cloth that she's holding on to, coming out, something like that, so it's got a flow. So that basically summarises what I was talking about in the 5th session. Thank you.